WGAL News 8 starts with breaking news.
The pilot of a small plane is dead after colliding with a state police helicopter at the Carlisle Airport this evening. Good evening, I'm Jerry Gish.
And I'm Lori Burkholder. We have live team coverage at the scene and at Penn State Health Hershey Medical Center, where Governor Josh Shapiro just finished speaking moments ago on that collision. Let's go to AJ, who's in Hershey for us tonight. What did the governor have to say?
Yeah, you guys were able to watch that live press conference both on WGAL.com and here at WGAL as well. Governor Shapiro delved into some of the details that led up to this incident as well, and even talked about the two troopers who were hurt in this crash, as well as talking about the Cessna pilot who died. Now, Governor Shapiro did name the two PSP troopers, Corporal Bryce Corman and Trooper Jason Mills. They were conducting routine training exercises at the Carlisle Airport when a Cessna coming into the runway veered into the helicopter that the troopers were in, causing what the governor described as a violent crash. Within a short period of time, PSP and first responders arrived on the scene. At this time, police believe there was one occupant on board of that Cessna plane. They declared them as dead and will not release their identity at this time. Governor Shapiro talked about the quick response in saving the troopers' lives.
Tonight could have been much worse. Tonight could have been much more tragic for our state police family. Thank God that it wasn't.
Now, coming up in the next 10 minutes here after the break, I will delve into what police said more about the incident, about the quick response, and what comes after this with the NTSB and FAA investigation FAA arrived at the scene at the Carlisle Airport there just minutes ago. We'll delve into that here in just a couple of minutes. Back to you.
All right, AJ, thank you. Now let's head to the scene in Carlisle where News 8 spoke to witnesses.
And that's where we find News 8's Megan Summers. She joins us there with more on that tonight. Megan?
Yeah, we've been here for a few hours now. There was an incredibly large emergency response that's dwindled a little bit. As AJ mentioned, the FAA has just showed up here moments ago. I'll step aside. You can see that they're working on investigating the scene down there, and we are told that NTSB is supposed to show up sometime overnight. And we did talk with people on scene today. They say that they heard a loud bang. We also have some videos witnesses took earlier tonight. We'll put those up on screen. One witness we spoke to says she saw pieces of the plane and the helicopter scattered across the ground. She also says she saw someone being taken out on a stretcher and transported with lifeline. Now, she wasn't sure whether or not that was the pilot or one of those troopers. And as someone who lives nearby, she calls this shocking.
I'm here 6 days a week, and we're so used to helicopters and life flights and everything flying in, so this was like nothing out of the ordinary until we heard the crash. And a lot of the kids unfortunately witnessed it, and it's pretty sad.
You know, I can't imagine just seeing all that, Megan. What else are people telling you about what they saw?
Yeah, well, that woman you just heard from, she says that her son was actually at a jiu-jitsu class that was taking place right across the street from where this happened. There's also a neighborhood right over the hill from the runway near where this happened, and we saw people just watching the scene earlier today. So for people not familiar with the area, this wasn't happening in an isolated area. There were people nearby while this was going on.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that area, and certainly fearful for the folks who watch that. All right, Megan Summers reporting live for us with our team coverage tonight. Thank you.